All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good afternoon. Yes, good evening. Depending on where you are connecting with us live. Again, this lovely Saturday. Someone just told me today is 30th. I think you did,
Yeah,
right?
I did.
And I was like, today is 30th of October. That means how many days do we have in October?
31 days.
Okay, 30 days are September. April, June, and November. All the rest are
31
true.
days.
31. All right. So that means that after today, we have nothing less than 61 days
Yeah, left.
to round up this year. All right. Thank you for joining us today on our maiden program titled Teach a Farmer. As you all know, that this program is designed to ensuring that prospective farmers have the proper knowledge on how farmers have been sustainable when it comes to farming activities and farm practices. And this program is launched because many times we've gotten several complaints from people stating that agriculture is not a viable program, it's not a viable business, and as such we can't go into it. And that's true. Do you know why? Because they have proof to show forth. And as an expert, we deem it feel that it will not be so nice that people are giving us reports about how they failed in the system. And deep down, we have the technical know-how and the knowledge on how to improve the sector. And this is why this program has come to stay, where we have decided within ourselves that we must help prospective farmers grow, and at the same time, by learning from farmers who are practicing on the field, number two, and then number three, to helping farmers practicing improve their practices. This morning, as you can see, I'm in my alma mater, Faculty of Agriculture. This is the best university in Africa. Yeah. So I graduated from this faculty. I studied agriculture, economics, extension services. And with me this morning on the studio, are we in the studio? So with me this morning in the studio, we have one beautiful, one handsome young guy. May we meet you, please?
Okay. Good morning, viewers from everywhere around the world. I am Ibe Joseph, a student of the prestigious Faculty of Agriculture
Prestigious faculty.
with specialty in animal science. Good to be
Specialty.
with you here.
All right, thank you so very much. May we meet you?
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Imodu Miracle Ochiwa, and I'm from the Department of Crop Science in this faculty.
Can you guys hear our phone? So who is now saying that we are farmers? Trust me, we are farmers. Why? Because we own the future and the reason why you can live tomorrow. So today we're going to be speaking on something very important: the importance of soil testing before you resume your farming activities. The importance of soil. Sorry, ma. Thank you, ma. So the importance of soil testing before you resume your farming activities. Soil testing, what is soil testing? Why is soil testing important? Why has so many farms failed? What exactly is soil testing? Do we have to practice soil testing before going into agriculture? These are many other questions that we'll be answering today. And today we're going to be having an expert from the Faculty of Agriculture who will be doing justice to that. And before we walk up to his office, I want to say this, that there's a difference between agriculture and agribusiness. Note, there's a difference between agriculture and agribusiness. That for those people who practice agriculture, and those people who have that same mentality, that all you need to do is to get your seed, dig the hole, and then put your seed right inside the hole. Those are those people practicing agriculture. But for those persons who understand agribusiness, trust me, they will go through all the process of ensuring that the farming activities becomes a success. So at the background we have Comrade Nelson. Thank you so very much for joining us this morning, Comrade Nelson. So he's the guy standing with us this morning as on the digital media. So Comrade Nelson, please let's move as we approach the farm this morning. All right, so let's walk. All right, so Ambassador, sir, why do you think studying agriculture is the best choice you've ever made currently? Why do you think? You
Okay.
can have this yourself.
Presently, the the world has been revolving around food security,
Food security.
and I quote and I will always say, agriculture is the most efficient place that need the men with the best brain, because we are in a system whereby the land, it's not increasing. As you all know, the land is fixed and it's not mobile, and there's no expansion. But every year, the world population keeps increasing. According to statistics, in 2060, if the rate of agriculture is not increased by 60% or above, that means the world might die of hunger. So, studying agriculture, is like me taking up the challenge to say I want to save my generation in this era, because we are in a phase where most persons have taken up the assumption and have taken it up to them that everything about agriculture, it's most likely a waste of time. But here am I taking up the cause to say that there must be food security in my time, and my generation won't die of hunger.
Okay, so that means you're saying that you're determined to contributing your quota to ensuring food security.
Exactly my
Wow,
point, sir.
powerful. So if only we understand what food security is all about, then you will know that we need young people within this space. Why? Because as he has just said, that the land is fixed. We cannot move the land. And at the same time, our population is increasing on a daily basis. As a matter of fact, I did a raw statistics, and I found out that the numbers of people who got wedded this year increased.
Very true. Very true.
So many young people took advantage of the COVID-19, and because you know that, sorry please, you just have to be 18 in the all, and it will help lessen our budget.
Yeah.
Like, so many people actually got married this year,
Yeah.
which will automatically increase our population, and at the same time demand for what? Sustainable food. So the question we're asking this morning is that who are those people producing the food that over 200 million people will feed on? All right, please help us call Prof. All right, so ma,
Okay.
let's walk. So just tell Prof that we're going to the farm. All right. So, ma, you're studying agriculture.
Yes.
Why are you studying agriculture?
Okay. Permit me to start with a very short story.
All right.
All right. So before now, I had a deep interest in agriculture right from home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I would actually see myself trying to till the soil, trying to plant something, trying to weed.
Wow.
And my parents would complain that I'm staining myself, I'm getting all dirty. And if there's weed around, normally they should actually get somebody to do it. But then I take up the challenge and do it.
Oh, wow. So you
So-
fight weed.
Yeah, yes.
All
So
right.
it has actually been inborn, okay?
Wow.
Despite the fact that I stayed in the village, my parents did not actually allow me go through all those, but I still took it upon myself.
Yeah.
So then I found out that there was a course called agriculture.
Interesting.
Normally, I did not even know. So it was like destiny just coming to knock on my door.
Like
Yeah.
seriously. Yeah.
So back to your question, I would say agriculture is fun for me. It's learning.
Please note that phrase.
It's learning
Agriculture
It's
is
learning.
fun.
for me.
Wow.
Yes, it is. Now, there are some hectic aspects of agriculture,
True.
definitely. But then the results at the end of the day speaks louder than the effort. Oh yes. Now, even on my status, right from the time we started farming and
Yeah.
this stuff, I opened something I'll term my farm diary. So every day I give
Interesting.
updates of what happens in the farm.
I like to work with you on that project. Yeah.
Yes, I'm even planning on going on LinkedIn.
Wow,
yes.
beautiful. Yeah,
Yes,
beautiful.
for that, because I have pictures and everything.
Yeah.
To teach people that yes, it is hectic. Yes, it is this one and that one.
But there's a
but
joy we
there
derive from the
is-
aftermath of the project.
Yes, especially when the fact I arose yesterday that we started harvesting. I was like, wow, just yesterday we were planting, but now
And then today we are harvesting.
it's so wonderful. So for me, agriculture is something I will not just want to end after my 5-year degree. No, something I would like to pursue because I'm in love with the course. And everybody, any single person you meet will know that I'm in love with the course.
So for those persons watching us live right now all around the world, you can hear from students actually studying agriculture. And I did this strategically. Why? Because I know that oftentimes we've had complaints about people, young people studying agriculture, and um, they complain a lot. Sorry, they complain a lot why agriculture is not a profitable course or an interesting course to study, and this and this and this. I've had a whole lot, even back then in school. I had friends who were not ready to practice. But I deem it fit upon myself to ensuring that we motivate young people that agriculture is an interesting course. As a matter of fact, agriculture is a professional course,
Yes.
a professional field that needs experts. And that is why we made this morning. We have our very own respected prof, sir. Our very own respected prof is one man that taught me while I was a student, faculty of agriculture, and exposed me to understanding the importance of soil testing before you resume your farming activities. And as such, I must give honor to whom honor is due to rather, even if yes, he has taught me and I've learned so much. And I know that it's in the academic space, and as such, he has opportunity to carry out several research to upgrade his knowledge. And this is why I deem it fit this morning that we're going to be having him live on our section this morning to teach us why we should not practice that same old model over and over again. Why? Because we cannot continue to practice that same model and expect another result or a better result. So, sir, we have you this morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. But I'd like us to go further to the farm, sir.
Okay, no problem.
All right, sir. So, please permit me. I may not be able to introduce my prof. Why? Because I need him to introduce himself to us officially. So, Prof, sir, may we have you this morning?
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Mr. Isaiah. Sorry, I'm not yet a prof, but I'm working towards that by His grace. This morning, we want to pass an information to our farmers over there who are having challenges on how to put their farms into proper use. Because we found out that the livelihood of an individual lies in the hands of a farmer. So if there are some certain information that are not being passed to the farmers, at the end of the day, our lives are in stake. So we need to pass this information. That's why we have come to the farm to enlighten these farmers and to give them proper orientation on soil testing. So I'm happy, it's a pleasure having this opportunity to speak on this topic.
All right, thank you so very much, sir. Thank you so very much, sir. You've heard from him. Let's go. Let's go. Let's make it talk, please. All right, so you've heard from him, and we are currently live on the faculty's farm. This is where most of us who graduated from this faculty, or every one of us who graduated from this faculty, where we add our practical section to expose us to understanding certain things about farming. And as you can see for yourself, what's this, please? This Celestia. Okay, this was the normal name, Choco. So this is Choco, right? So for those persons who wonder, this is Choco. This is not green, right? No. This is Choco. All right, so you can also see for yourself. We also have maize. Why do we still have maize right now?
Okay, this is an improved variety of maize. We can grow presently the variety of maize we have now can allow us grow maize.
So what's this variety of maize?
This is Oba Super 13.
Oba Super 13?
Yes.
Okay. You guys didn't use Oba 98?
No.
All right. Okay, so you can see that people. Yeah. All right, so please help us with this too. All right, so we are live on the farm this morning, and we're saying that we cannot continue that same old way of practicing agriculture and expecting a different result. So we're standing this way, and I'm going to be asking some vital questions that our prof will be answering this morning. And the question is as simple as, sir, what is soil?
Okay. Soy is the it's basically, let me define it in my own terms because you have a lot of different
Of course, yeah.
definitions. But soil is that which sustain the growth of a
Can you use
plant.
the mic on your?
I said soil is that which
Let me just
sustain.
All right.
Soil is that which sustain the growth of a plant.
Okay.
So invariably is that which we cultivate the growth of our plants so that at the end of the day
Yeah.
we can able to have um, a product that will benefit us, that will act as food for man.
So the medium that supports the plant, right?
Yes,
The medium that supports the plant. So if that means if soil is a medium that supports the plant, that means it plays a very major role
for sure.
in agriculture.
Yes,
And we've realized over time that I'm an extension officer. I move from communities to communities to carry out extension services to farmers. And I asked them a particular question. I asked them that, okay, fine, what's the property of the soil you are planting on? And they're like, I beg you, what do you mean by soil property that you are planting on? And I also noticed that that old medieval style of practicing agriculture, that, okay, fine, what they just know is they just go to the farm, and then they just pick the soil and they're like, no, this soil is good to plant, without identifying certain things. And this is why we are saying this morning that what should be the role of an expert towards ensuring that farmers get the right information per time to improving the yield. And so this is why, if we have identified the importance of soil as a medium that holds the plant and gives the plant an opportunity to grow effectively, then why do we not think that most farmers don't embrace soil testing or soil analysis before going into farming?
okay. The basic issue is because of unawareness.
Awareness.
Yes, informations are not being passed to the farmers. So, and as a result of this, Nigeria is blessed with a lot of resources. So, and these resources are not being harmonized. So, in regards to farming activities, when these informations are not being passed across to the farmers, such as the necessity to carry out soil testing,
Necessity to carry out soil testing.
the yield of an average farmer will be poor.
Mm.
So meeting the world class, the standard of producing crops will becomes a problem. So that's why we are really having challenges. If you check, we have a lot of hectares of land which people are not occupying.
True.
And of which, if we put resources together, we can able to feed our nation Nigeria and feed the world at large. But because of informations which is not really accessible, circulated to these farmers, we still go on carrying out the normal crew method, and still our production, our yield still remain the same. So I'm so happy for this enlightenment that is being passed to the farmers, that soil testing is a tool for an effective agricultural
Tool
for
for
an effective
agricultural practices.
practices. So it is a must for farmers to first of all take the soil sampling from the from his or a plot of land, then do soil testing. What is soil testing? Soil testing helps to know these physical properties, these physical chemical properties, such as your organic carbon, your organic matter, your NPK, which is your nitrogen, your phosphorus, your potassium. And basically, as a farmer, when you want to go into cultivation of crops, these elements are needed in the right proportion. So when these elements are not in the right proportion, you find out that the yield of the crop will not do well. At the end of the day, the farmer will really go at lost, because the yield is not enough. And when the yield is not enough, there's going to be a problem. You and I we cannot buy what a farm produce of 50 naira then. We'll not be buying it at 250 naira. So you can see the margin of increase because one, the farmer has failed to carry out soil testing. And soil testing is the fixed foundation. So it's just like a man who wants to build a house. First of all, you have to dig the foundation. When you dig the foundation, you have to what? Do your pour concrete on the floor.
Yeah.
So that one helps to serve as a base, so that when you start laying the blocks, it will not go down.
So what you just said now just reminded me, even for those persons who wants to build,
Yes.
for example, there are certain structures you want to build.
Yes.
You need to do a soil test of that land.
Yes.
Why? Because not all soil can carry certain building.
For sure. But because of our system nowadays, you see some buildings, your residential buildings, which are not to be in a particular place.
Yeah, yeah.
Ideally, whether it's residential or farming activities, you are to carry out soil testing.
Wow, wow.
So that if that place tends to be very fertile, you have an hectares of land, wasting it for residential building, you go it into agriculture. But nowadays, because of
Selfish interest.
selfish interests and proper information that is not being passed across, you see somebody having an hectares of land, over 2 or 3 hectares of land, is putting
Structures right there.
structure residential building,
Yeah.
which you find out when you carry out soil testing, you find out that that soil, that environment is so
fertile for farming
fertile
activities.
for farming activity. So that's the problem.
So, sir, you said something that struck me. You talked about how that the negligence of understanding your soil property
Yeah.
before going into farming activities would automatically lead to a low turn in terms of the yield that is gotten from the farm.
Yes.
And now it in turn bring about scarcity of produce
Okay.
and also an inflation in the prices of farm commodities. So now, for example, somebody wants to plant in 1 acre, for example, and the person didn't go through understanding the soil property of that, soil property of that particular piece of land. Automatically, the person now farm on that land, and the result is now very low. So automatically, the amount the person has invested on that piece of land would not be gotten back, and even though it is gotten back, very, very minimal, number one. Number two, which automatically will also bring about food insecurity.
Yes.
Why? Because I probably calculated, okay, fine, on this piece of land, this is the ton of cassava I want to harvest.
For sure.
And at the point in time, after harvesting, I now realized the fact that I didn't get that particular ton. And meanwhile, while I did my calculation, my profit analysis for the farm, probably I just said I was going to make 200,000 naira from that farm. At the end of the day, I may end up earning 80,000 naira. And maybe I borrowed money to start the farm. All these things are things that I've been able to outline from what you just talked about, the importance of kind of the soil analysis. So you said that the first step to carry out the soil analysis is to take the sample of the soil.
Yeah.
If you take the sample of the soil, who takes the sample of the soil and where do they take it to?
Okay. Can I come down a little bit, because
sir.
some of our people that are watching us,
Yes.
they might not really understand some certain terminology,
Okay, sir.
so please, I have to calm down.
Okay, sir.
Waiting that they try to talk, they say,
In our language.
yes, make I speak in the language when me say if you understand. Because if I not tell you the right information, me I not go feel benefit
Yes.
from the crop when me say you don't farm. So waiting with the talk this morning, say now still on how we go fit cultivate our plot of land. When we say instead of we go they get shortage, we go they get massive gain. And in that sense, how we take get that massive gain as a farmer, we need to do waiting that they call soil testing.
Okay.
So how we take carry out that soil testing? Take for example, say you get 1 hectare of land.
Yes, sir.
That 1 hectare of land, you carry it depends on the nature of depends on the crop when we say you want plant. So take for example, say you want plant maize, corn. For example, right now, you got to collect soil organ, take a soil survey or a soil scientist there, then you go collect soil sample from different points
For the land.
from the land.
From different points
For
from
the land, yes. So take for example, say now 1 hectare of land now you get.
Yes, sir.
If you divide that 1 hectare of land into 8 compartments, into
Okay.
8 equal parts, so you go collect soil sample around the whole farm inside. So at 0 to 30 centimeter. You get me? So when you can carry that soil, when we say date from that plot of land at 0 to 30 centimeter,
Yes, sir.
then you can carry and go lab.
Okay.
You get some set of persons who they call lab technicians, lab technologists. So they call them soil scientists. Then now these people now will come carry out this soil test.
Okay.
So when they do the soil test, for inside the soil test, they go do a lot of analysis, such as your pH, your soil organic carbon, soil organic matter, your exchangeable cations, which is your calcium, magnesium, your NPK, which is nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. Then they go also check on the particle size distribution, which is your sand, seed, clay. How much of clay did that place?
Yeah.
Take for example, say you as a farmer, you don't get plot of land, but the plant of land when we say day, na clay
Like full of-
environment. That kind plot of land, it gets the type of crop when we say you go plant for that
Yeah.
place. Not be any just how crop now you go plant for that place.
Very correct.
So when you do this text, it go come help you to know which type of crop will go from this place. Okay, for example, right now you carry out the soil test, and the soil test when they give you right now, the pH is around kind 4.5. They're very acidic.
Yeah.
And also you can still do soil organic matter, and the soil organic matter they give you about 1.25 gram per kg. That means say that place you know dey fertile. Then you can still do other analysis. The result they come to tell you for the NPK, which is the nitrogen, the phosphorus, and the potassium. You can get as low as, let's say, about less than 8 milligram per kg. So in that, it tell you say that plot of land is not dey rich. But because of your passion when you get for agriculture, you want me farm, you not get any other source of livelihood.
Yeah.
The best thing, oga, madam, the best thing na to apply fertilizer.
Yeah.
So I know say fertilizer at the moment right now they're expensive because of many things when we say they go up for the country. You fit get this animal waste, which
Okay.
is your
Poultry
poultry
dung.
droppings,
Yeah.
poultry fowl sheets, cow sheets, then apply them. Then when you apply them, you will let them make it decay, make it rotty well. You don't rotty, then you go mix your soil together.
So this one are the medium to take treat the soil.
Yes.
So sir, I want to ask one question. You just talk about something now when we say so maybe we don't ask question. Between the NPK and the poultry dung, the poultry
Yes.
waste, which one you think say if it be available now, which one you think say it better pass to use to take treat the soil?
The poultry drum is the best.
The poultry now they call the organic.
Yes,
Okay.
because at the end of the day, this plant will go consumer into our body system. And when you use that one, because of say contain a lot of chemicals,
Okay.
the body system go feel utilize them. But when you come they use all those fertilizer, when they use all those NPK fertilizer, those chemicals, the residual effect na problem to us. And to the plant itself, na still issue. Now make you see some yam right now. When you say they go harvest them, within less than 3 months, you see say the yam don't dry. Or you see say the yam once you just cut them, you see say inside on the spoil. I was on a yam farm produce when we see they use inorganic fertilizer to treat.
So you talk something now went strike for my ear, and I want to make everybody listen. You talk about the residual effects,
Yes.
and that word strike for my ear where. Imagine say I want plant, I no can do my soil analysis.
Yes.
As I no can do my soil analysis to know the right method and amount of fertilizer I need to apply for my crop. But because say maybe I get some more money and I want get better yield, I can't apply many NPK.
Yes.
Sir, you know things say go get effects. Why? Because as I don't know the right amount of NPK to apply for the soil, I can't go apply excess. It no go enter the crop.
Yes. It goes still when you add excess, you'll be like when we dey eat our food.
Yes, sir.
As we dey eat our food, we find out say some of us will like salt.
Yes.
So when you add salt in excess to your food, to eat an a problem. You dey get the point too. So the same thing applicable to this fertilizer. I mean, when you add salt, first of all, you got to stir them, know how far,
Yeah.
whether it dey okay to your
Okay.
taste. So, but when you go there
Excess, you no fit chop the
excess
food
to
again.
eat the food, na problem. So it's still
Wow.
dey applicable to the soil, which is the ground. So,
Yeah.
so once you apply them, the first thing, once you don't get your soil testing results,
Yeah.
then you get wetin you come got to check
Okay.
the available, the essential nutrient for that crop.
Okay.
You dey get the point. So once you do your calculation,
Yes,
when you get into that issue, you just need to come. We go sit down, then do the soil testing, then we'll give you the recommendation.
Okay.
You dey
Yeah.
get the point. So once you come, we'll do the soil testing. After you don't do the soil testing, when I say, this plot of land, it dey deficient, it not dey enough. You dey get the point. So it not dey enough to carry a lot of cultivation of crop. So wetin be the next thing we will do? We got to apply this fertilizer.
Yeah.
And because of the residual effect be the issue, when we say when we apply that fertilizer, the residual
soil.
yes, so that when we say you take boost this soil up, so that when you plant, instead for you to dey get lost, you could dey get gain.
Of course.
Yes. So the main issue be say now for you to know the amount.
Okay.
How you take know the amount be say now from the soil lab test when we say you don't do. You know, so we don't feel the tell una say for effective farming system,
Yeah.
you need to do the soil test.
Of course.
So when you do that soil test, that one go come tell you say, this soil test is rich. This environment they rich. Okay, they deficient. Okay, I've used and take cultivate rice. I've used and take cultivate maize. I've used and take cultivate vegetable farm, as the case may be. But for example, say you want to cultivate corn, for example, corn now this plant when we say it required a lot of soil nutrients.
Yeah.
So if these plants require a lot of soil nutrients, simply means say you also need a lot of fertilizer, either the inorganic or the organic. But the question me say you are just and say the residual effect. Yes. How would you reduce the residual effect? The system will say this. The thing may say if you apply that inorganic, you go apply them in the sense that you don't go there too much.
Okay.
So with that, it go reduce the effect. Because you not go apply something when you say at the end of the day, you not go comfy eat them.
Of course.
So now be the technicality when we say we need to understand. So once we don't carry out the soil test, we got to reduce some. Because the more you add, the more the yield tend to be. But in terms of the storage aspect of it, na problem.
Okay.
Now make you see some plantains now, they're very big. But within once they don't have vex them, within 1 month you see they don't dey bad.
Okay, so sir, I dey even look at from the aspect of the health angle now.
Yes.
Why? Because we know say most of all these crops, as they harvest them, they kind of go market.
Yes.
As they kind of reach market, marketers they will say those market women they come, they buy them once.
Yes.
And once they buy them, they kind of come our communities, our cities. We can go buy them. So I dey look at from the angle of the health implication.
Okay.
You get the point, sir? The health implication. And me, I like to come in this way that in one way or the other, this is now why we dey talk about the aspect of professionalism. It gets certain spheres. When I mean spheres, I mean departments. When we say those departments, they are strictly for professionals. Why? This now because say, for example, you know, I fit take say, I fit speak English rich, or my papa na doctor, I dey see am as they chook person injection, I will come go carry injection to chook person. Why? Because that field na for professionals. Agriculture na field when we say the effect, if not cultured rightly, can lead to mass death.
For sure.
Can lead why? Because now waiting with the consume. And this is now why we dey say we need more hands for this sector to take ensure say number one, food security we achieve am. Wetin be food security? Where we say if we get 200 people, out of those 200 people, make food fit reach those 200 people. When they go chop, they go belle full. And if they want chop in the next 5 minutes, they go still get food to chop. That's number one. Number two, I dey use this medium, I be advocate of professionalism for field. Somebody fit say, Victor, keep quiet, wetin you dey talk for there? Our papa and mama went farm years ago. They go school. Yes, they went to school. The school they went to was an informal what? System of education. Wetin I mean? I mean say you get family, papa with 5 wives, with 25 children, and that family they spend nothing less than 15 hours, 12 hours for farm on a daily basis. So is that not an education?
Yes.
That's an education. And me and you can't understand what they call rural-urban migration. How young people don't come out for village, come city. Why? No be their fault. Why? No road, no light, no health system, no education. And they have to work, they have to survive. They don't come out from village, the rural community, enter city. Now, what is the point now? The point here is, who can they assist our mothers and fathers for village to produce the food when over 200 million people won't feed on? This is why we only say this anytime we get the opportunity to speak to government representatives. Say, I beg, if you want to appoint the Minister for Agriculture, not give us doctor as the Minister for Agriculture. Not give us barrister as the Minister for Agriculture. Not give us. Give us a professional in the field. We have universities across this nation. And either for APC or for PDP or for PCP, name all the political party, I will tell you, say we get professionals for agriculture when they do party. Sure. Look for any one of them for your state. Appoint them as the Minister for Agriculture. For our states, several states, and those states, for example, I don't witness where Commissioner for Agriculture, now barrister, I don't understand. Why should a barrister be a Commissioner for Agriculture? And okay, they will come say, some people go say, if the barrister and Commissioner for Agriculture, maybe a permanent secretary, go be agricultural practice. Do you understand what it means to head an organization or an agency or an institution? Sir, governors, I'm using this medium to call on governors across our respective states, that if you want to appoint a Commissioner for Agriculture, please, we need a professional. We need a professional across our faculties, across faculties of agriculture, institutions in our state, we have reputable individuals who will head that commission and give us the expected result. This, I say this to say, in Edo State, for example, the governor, Governor Obaseki, established a farm project, and that farm project failed. Yes. There are people who can attest to it. Not because the governor was not interested. And I believe that the governor, as we speak right now, the governor will not be happy that upon the money invested in this project did not yield the result. Do you know what? Square peg in round hole. So you may say, okay, fine, the permanent secretary may be an agriculturalist. No, we understand. In this part of the world, leadership, the number one man leading an institution, an agency, in this part of the world, determines the factor of so many things.
Sure.
And so this is why this medium, we are saying that as a farmer, you are currently practicing, or you get intention to practice, and hence this soil test one we talk about, it hard. How many days did it take to come out?
Within 1 week, within 1 week, they don't run the test.
So you may say, if I come now and say, I want to start farming, and I want to do my soil test, in 1 week the result will come out.
The result will come out. So once the result come out, the lab scientist or the soil specialist go sit you down,
Advise you.
go advise you. So once you yield to that advice, you no get how,
You no go take work out.
you no go take work out fine.
So you just be like, say, person go hospital now.
Go hospital.
Say, my back they pay me. Doctor come examine the person.
Yes.
After doctor examine the person, come treat the person.
Yeah.
After doctor treat the person, doctor come say, from now henceforth, you say your back they pay you. This and this kind of activities, no do am.
No do am.
So imagine say I come meet my oga when be farmer now. I come tell am say, oga, my back they pay me. When I supposed to go meet doctor, I come meet my oga say my back they pay me. Sir, what you go say make I do? Do you think you will give me the best professional
I don't go
advice
fit-
that a medical doctor will give to
I
me?
no go fit give you the best advice.
It's
So
as simple-
that be the issue.
It's as simple as that.
So that be the problem. And make I not forget say, if farmer want kill a nation, he not take anything. It's just a seconds
Mm,
compared to a medical practitioner.
mm,
You dey get the point because waiting we dey eat now from person, from a farmer himself.
mm,
So if we not pass this information across to them, no problem. So
Because
you
if-
when we
because
say
if
yes,
ignorantly, if they practice the wrong,
wrong thing, before you know they don't wipe your whole full generation. You dey get the point too.
Yeah,
So we dey use this medium to appeal to now, so that Moku they do the necessary thing.
okay,
When we say it's supposed to, so that at the end of the day we no go get starvation. The reason why we say some of our youths they enter crime now because they no food.
of course.
So if food dey and everything dey, you no go see anybody want say one carry gun face you. You dey get the point. So now this one I be waiting our government need to enlighten people. Because many people are ready to go into agricultural activities, but the technical know-how is a
It's not
problem.
there. It's not there. This is why this program is important for you. Teach. So, sir, this soil test, I don't know, it get price when they do them, and more will know because some people go they interested.
Yes, well, at least with 10,000 naira, you feel determine. Yes, it's expensive. The
It's not expensive.
okay, you may say so.
So when you say 10,000 naira, sir, you mean say, that amount go be per acre?
No, it go be per sample collection.
Okay, per sample collection.
Yes.
So, and you say for 1 hectare, for example, they
For
collect
one,
like 8 samples.
yes. For 1 hectare, for example, say you can divide that 1 hectare into maybe 8 points,
Compartments.
into 8 compartments. For 1 compartment, you collect soil sample.
Yes.
You dey get the point. So, though before we dey do those soil tests for at least within 5,000 naira,
Okay.
but because of increment of chemicals, because you got to use chemicals to analyze them, to do the soil test and many things.
Yeah.
Then then make the price. But when the person come,
Yeah.
the money make it not be make the money not scare the
Can be
person.
renegotiated.
Yes. They
So
get
the
the point.
first thing now is solving the problem.
Yeah. So make the money not be issue. Say because I say 10,000 I can't get 20 compartment now. Can't be I kind 200,000 to I no go down. No. Just confess. When you come, we tell you say okay, this thing that you want to do, be okay, no problem. How would take profile solution that would they?
Yeah.
Because if you they produce 200,000 tons of maize grain, so right now,
You know what that means?
you they get the point.
You know what that means?
You get the point. So that be the thing. So the main thing, not let the money
Scare you away.
just come. Because if you cultivate the wrong thing right now, you do the wrong thing for the farm. Not be only loss of farm.
Okay.
Me and you go eat from this thing. And before you know, all this sickness when they see so, if you trace the grassroots, you see say now directly from our source of food.
May I just chip in something? Did you just talk so? I pack go on location. Because of that, the water where I always drink, they the new location. I can't change the water. When the sickness owe me, sir, when the sickness owe me, as I go meet my doctor say, as he examine finish, he said no. He said, what water do you take? I can't tell her. He said, did you change your water? I say yes. Because of the water when I change, one of our friends, when travel come from overseas, as he land for Nigeria, now he buy water for airport to drink. As he drink finish, he fall sick. What happen? As he call in, sister with doctor, sister come examine him. You believe that because of the water when he drink. Now, because there are no right measures in place to monitor how those people when they do the water, they do it rightly. Like waiting, my guy was talking about the effect, the residual effect of doing the wrong thing and how it will tell on us. I want us to understand, say that food. Thank you so very much today for joining us on this section.
Thank you, sir.
But let's fit me say we don't feel achieve this. This program, a program we call Teach a Farmer. We designed this program to run every Saturday to educate farmers on the right farming practices so that mistakes when we commit before now, we go first stop that mistake to improve our practices and also to motivate those persons when want to start farming activities to know the right thing to. So for anybody who wants to start farming now, you go know say, hey, now true to I need to analyze my soil to understand number one, the best thing to plant on that particular land. Yeah. Number two, to know the required amount of nutrients to add for that soil. And then number three, to help and calculate the expected profit or yield for that particular farming season. I hope say our guide don't do justice to today's sections, and please ensure that you help us share this video. And for those persons who are watching on YouTube, you know what to do. Please help us subscribe on our YouTube channel so that other people will get access to this information. So, sir, I don't know if you get anything to tell our viewers.
My last comment would be agriculture na very lucrative stuff. They get the point too. So not let the money aspect of say these resources now they start from somewhere. Once you start from somewhere, you go see somebody when we say you go definitely assist you. So my last charge for you is say you farmer when we say your produce now they do well. Take that burden to come seek a specialist when go assist you carry out your soil test. And I bet you when you do carry out this soil test and you go back, go implement all these things, your produce will be massive. People will even ask you, say, what thing you do for that your plot of land? So my farmers, when we say they house, when they watch from online, I charge you, we say, may not carry out soil testing because that be the important tool, the first tool to be able to have massive productivity for agriculture. Thank you.